Hello, my name is Avo, and let's sit down and have a talk. I don't know why that came out so serious. It's not that serious. So things on the channel are going to change quite a little bit. Now, don't get excited, don't get sad, don't get horny, or whatever other emotion you might feel. I'm not quitting YouTube. The YouTube is staying. There's just going to be a big change on how I do my whole YouTube shtick going forward. Uploads, and not only just uploads, the videos themselves that I'm going to put on the channel. And I'm not going to do like outdoor videos, I'm not going to do mukbangs. It still is gaming, but I'm going to change the upload schedule and kind of the way the video is edited and put out there for you guys. Now, before I go into the why I'm doing it, let me explain to you what is actually going to change. So earlier on in my YouTube career, I was kind of aiming to upload somewhere. Well, there wasn't really an aim. I kind of just uploaded whenever I could because I was doing university next to it. But I tried to upload as much as I could. Sometimes came in the form of 3 to 4 days. Sometimes came in the form of 7 days. Sometimes I wouldn't even upload in a week because I just had that much uni work to do. When I finished university, I tried to aim to upload every single day. I was at home with my family and they were very graciously, they were nice enough to not let me have to go out and get a job and just let me focus on YouTube for a year. And to be honest, that was probably the most successful part of my YouTube career. I was constantly hitting 100 views on certain series. I was hitting 100 views on a lot of videos. Like, it was probably the most successful time in my whole YouTube career. I've looked back and analyzed that. I still don't know why. It's nothing that special to what I'm doing now. And I think as a YouTuber, thumbnails and everything, I've definitely evolved. But for some reason, that was just the golden age of my YouTube career. I don't know what was in the air in my YouTube channel at the time, but it was just doing really well. But for the most part, I was trying to upload like every day. It wouldn't happen all the time. I'd sometimes upload 5 times a week, 6 times a week, but it would always stay in and around that range. And then when it came to here, I vouched I'd upload 6 times a week. I'd only take Mondays off. And for the most part, I stayed kind of consistent to that, apart from the last few months. The last few months, it's kind of gone down the shitter. I don't know why I gave you sound effects for that. And not only the uploads, the views just haven't been great overall. But it's not only just upload schedule. For the most part, my videos have stayed the same throughout my whole YouTube career. I have uploaded like the odd video that kind of stands out on my channel, but for the most part it's always been like, hey, I'm gonna play a game, here's me sitting down playing this one specific game or two or whatever I've decided to do on that day, and there you go, there's like a full playthrough. And again, I'll go into the why that's not a great idea to do that at the moment, or why I don't think it's a great idea to do that at the moment. But what's changing? I'm not going to upload or 6, 5, 7 times a week. That's not happening anymore. I'm looking to upload somewhere between 1 to 2 times a week. And I know that is a huge change from me aiming to upload every single day. I'm changing it to 1 to 2 times a week. Why am I doing that? One, YouTube isn't producing any money. So for the most part, at least for the foreseeable future, I'm going to have a full-time job. And having a full-time job and doing YouTube full-time is super taxing, especially when you have a girlfriend and family and friends and hobbies and stuff you want to do. It just takes up your whole life. And I know a lot of people say, if you really want something in life, you're going to have to make sacrifices. And I have made sacrifices, and sadly, the YouTube channel isn't still working as I want it to, or as anyone would want it to. So from that point of view, I can't just give up on other stuff if this isn't showing any signs of progressing or doing anything. So not only am I changing it to 1 to 2 times a week, but I'm also changing the style of video that I'm going to do. Now, for the most part, throughout my whole YouTube career, it's always been, I'm going to play a game, here's a walkthrough of the game, start to finish, there you go, goodbye, whatever. Now it's going to change from that to videos that are a bit more concise. So take, for example, my Subnautica series. What is it, like a 14-part, 15-part series? Something like that will now be, let's say I pick up Subnautica now and I've not done a series on it or anything, you're probably looking somewhere between 2, 3, maybe 4 videos on the whole series. I really want to have like a video that's like somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes long, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more, depending on the video. Some videos will definitely be like an hour to 2 hours long, but just have like a really concise video. The best way I can describe this is kind of like my Elden Ring video, but that's more of a challenge video, not really a walkthrough. Somewhere between that and my Wukong video, where I kind of did like little bits of my stream and I kind of like cut everything down to like a really concise video. Something like that is where I want the videos to go through. And not because those videos did really well, because they didn't. They averaged like a decent-ish amount of views. But the reason I want to do that is because I think they have the most potential to do well on my channel. I think they have the best way for me to grow as a channel, and I think they also are the videos I've also had the most fun doing. Not so much the Wukong stuff, because it's just cutting up bits of the stream, but the Elden Ring video, for example, I had a load of fun with it. I'm skipping through a whole lot of things here. So that's what I'm changing the channel to. Now, actually, let me go into the why. I've already spoiled you some of the lore here, but let's go into the why I'm changing it. The big reason, number one, the videos I'm doing at the moment just aren't working. Like I said before, there was a golden age where videos just were doing well on my channel. I was hitting like the hundreds, thousands every here and there. And I don't really know what changed. I feel like my editing, I feel like especially my Photoshop skills and thumbnail skills have really peaked. And a lot of the time I look at my thumbnails, I'm like, wow, these thumbnails are really good, really cool, really eye-catching. But for some reason, people aren't clicking on them, and I think they are so much better than they were back in the day. But for some reason, those videos just did really well, and I still can't put a finger on why. But I can say that I've looked back, and all the ones that do well are one-off games that are super popular. First parts of a series, like typically when I do a series, the first part always does really well, and then the rest kind of like lag behind / don't do well at all. So the reason I'm changing it is because if I can kind of capture that first part series in a bigger one-off episode or a two-off episode, I think it'll be a lot easier to not only catch views, but for someone to watch it. I think overall, someone would have a much better experience doing that than they would just watching like a 20-part series of pretty much a lot of just empty space. So I think pivoting to like that style of YouTube will do better numbers for me overall, and hopefully people enjoy it more, not only clicking into it but watching the whole thing through. But it's not only like statistics, it's not only I want that YouTube money, it's none of that. I also just want to do different type of videos. Like I've been doing the same type of videos for 3 years now. I think I've been doing YouTube for almost close to 3 years. I think I'm coming up to the 3-year mark in August. And while I do still like doing YouTube, there's a lot of times where like I sit here and I'm like, I don't want to do YouTube, but I can also feel that I really like YouTube and I want to do YouTube. I just don't want to do the type of videos that I've been doing. And that's because they're very samey. They're the same thing. And having to upload every single day is really hard when you try to make stuff look really good and try to make stuff impactful for people to watch. And having to do that every single day, staying up really late, editing these videos, sometimes not even staying up that late, staying up till 11, but I've edited the video super rushed and it's not all that good and stuff like that. Just, it's the type of thing that makes it kind of mind-numbing to the point where I don't really feel like doing it. But then when I look back on the channel, there are some videos that I really enjoy. Like, again, I've mentioned it before, the Elden Ring one. Super enjoyed making that. Very different type of thing, and it's going to go on my third channel. This is my third channel. If you don't know it exists, it'll be like challenge stuff. I have a really cool idea for another video going in there at some point next month or the month after. But that's the type of thing I really like doing. Again, the Wukong one I really enjoyed. The one on my third channel again, that one I really enjoyed. Again, plug to my third channel that only has the one video. Stuff like that I really enjoy doing. I can't think of another one on my channel that I really enjoyed off the top of my head, but stuff like that, like bigger projects, stuff that I could take more time and sink my teeth into. Not only just sit down for an hour or two and play the game, but sit down for like 5 hours, really play the game, and not have to show you like every nook and cranny that I do in the game, but show you like a broader like, hey, I've built one wall in a house, look at this, okay, cut to the next wall, but kind of be like, oh, hey guys, I'm gonna build a house. Hey, here's like half of the house built. Hey, here's the full house built, there you go. And that kind of happens a little bit quicker, it's a bit more engaging and not as much of a slugfest to watch for the whole video. I think something like that would be not only a lot better for people to see, but for me to do as a content creator, instead of having to be like, look at this shellfish, it looks really cool. I kind of ignore the shellfish because I want to show you guys the big meat on the bones of the games, rather than trying to fill up space so that there's more time on the YouTube video, because stuff like that, trust me, it's mind-numbing. Reason number 3, and probably the biggest reason, one that I was literally sitting down in this chair for yesterday for hours and thinking, why don't I feel the same about YouTube? Why don't I feel this specific way about YouTube that I thought I'd feel? And that's because games aren't the same. Back when I used to watch it, and I know I say Jacksepticeye's name all the time, he's like my fucking messiah of YouTube. But Jacksepticeye, for example, when I used to watch him play games back in the day, yes, he had a big part in making those games feel super entertaining when maybe they weren't as entertaining to watch. But just games back then were super creative. Not even just a creative thing, we're just new to people. Like back in the day, just like having access to YouTube and having access to like a million different games that like people are creating with like super different like mechanics and stuff was so abundant back in the days, and a lot of things were like new to people. Whereas now people have seen a lot of what gaming has to offer. There's still a lot of space for creativity in different type of games, but for the most part, a lot in gaming has been done, and it's very hard to be creative with a game. So when someone puts like a mascot horror game, it's like the 50 millionth mascot horror game. But when Five Nights at Freddy's came out in 2013, 14, 15, that was new and that was big, and that was very easy for someone to capitalize with it on that front. And I kind of wanted to capture the same thing. I wanted to capture that essence of like, hey, I'm this YouTuber that you like, and I'm going to show you all these really new games so you have access to these new games and you know these new games exist. So one of my favorite memories about doing YouTube is, it's such a stupid one, but my brother said, my brother watches a lot of my videos. He's probably watching this one. I see you.
I see you watching this right now.
And because of one of my series that I played, which is Turmoil, he actually went out and bought the game because he just liked watching it that much. He liked the look of the game, that he went out, bought it, played it. I think he completed it like twice, he said, or something like that. So something around that region. And that's what I wanted to capture. That's what I wanted people to do when they watch my videos, is look at it and at the very least be like, hey, I really like this game. Like one of the games I used to say that a lot with was Undertale. I used to be like, Undertale's my second, third favorite game. But I've never played Undertale. I just watched Jacksepticeye play it. But he exuded that energy, and he gave me this experience to the point where I almost felt like I played the game. And I at least want someone to feel that. If not, I want someone to go out there and buy the game for themselves. That's the type of thing I really wanted to encapsulate when I did YouTube. But again, it's just not the same. Take, for example, the last month. What real games have come out the last month? At least personally, I'm going to say right now, that have really captured people and really like gotten views on YouTube. Schedule 1, Expedition 33, and that's about it. There's a whole lot of nothing. There are some itch.io games that go really viral. Like I'm sure a lot of people have seen the spider game that's going around where, you know, there's this big massive spider that goes after you. There are a few of those that are just quick one-offs, but for the most part, again, there's just not that many games that really are super creative and capture people like there was back then, because it just doesn't happen. So going down to a 2-to-1 video a week thing is a lot better, because I can pick games that are really golden that I can really like look into and be like, hey, this is something that I don't think people have seen, or people need to see, or people need to revisit if it's an old game, and I could really make a cool video out of it rather than just, I'm gonna say right now, sometimes I put out slop because I want to upload for that day. It's not just slop. Like, I think the games have some merit to them. I don't just upload to upload. But even if they do have some merit to them, at the end of them, like, again, take for example my last video, the Keiki video. It looked cool. I like mascot horror games, but when I played it and when I edited it, I realized, wow, this game kind of sucks. It really just sucked overall. And that's the type of thing I want to stop uploading on my channel. Like, if I have to record a video and then I go back and delete it, that should be absolutely fine. If I record one and I like it and I record another one and I like it, it's just stockpiled for the next week or something like that. But I want to be able to like record something and easily delete it without having to worry about having to upload the next day, because the game just isn't good. Because again, there is just not that much out there that is good in terms of gaming nowadays, at least compared to back in 2013, 14, 15, the golden age of gaming YouTube. And reason number 4, which is not so much a reason, it's more of just a life update so you guys kind of know what's going on with me at the moment. But it's also kind of a reason because I do really like this very much. I am looking to go pro in the Pokemon TCG. I'm not even joking with you. I am 100% genuinely serious. Chest puffed out. I'm serious. I can't even find the words to say it. Back in August when I started this is kind of how it happened. Back in August when I started my work, I met a guy called Chandler, super cool dude. He judges a lot of the Pokemon stuff. I saw him wear some Pokemon merch. I said, hey, I like Pokemon, which I did at the time. I didn't love Pokemon. I liked it. I played all the games that came out. And he said, yeah, like, I judge for the Pokemon TCG. I said, oh, that's cool. I fucking hate card games. I dabble in Yu-Gi-Oh! A bit, but that's kind of because I just really like the anime. I didn't actually love the game all that much. He said, give it a try. Some other things happened, but I don't want to talk about that specifically. I gave the game a try, and holy moly, did I fall into the biggest rabbit hole of all time. I fell in love with the Pokemon TCG so hard. The game is amazing. The game is fun. The game keeps changing like every month or two. So at no point does the game ever get stale. Like, for example, this is the deck I used to play that I stopped playing for like a little bit, and now I've come back to it because I love it so much. I'll show you now. I've mentioned it in the second channel video. It is my God of War deck. And this deck has changed, it's gone, it's gotten worse, it's dominated the TCG now, and that's just because the game keeps fluctuating to a point where nothing is ever the same in a month or two's time. Like, so many things change. Even a week's time. Like, so you could watch a regional, someone puts like one tech card in that people completely forget exists, and the whole meta game changes, and I find that so cool, to the point where this is my main deck. I rocked it solely for months, then I decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to build a second one. This is my Dragapult deck. If I can even get like, can I get something that kind of looks like Dragapult? So this guy at the moment is seen as like the big dog, the BDIF, the best deck in the format. But even then, like the moment people said that this was the best deck in format, people started teching for it. And at the moment, like, even though it's great and a lot of people still make it to like very late in regionals, if you're not really good at the game, you're just gonna get exposed for it because people tech for it. Like, it's the type of thing. This game is so malleable and so flexible. And I didn't stop at 2. I also built this one, which is my, I can't remember what this is. I think this is Raging Bolt. This is one that just recently won the regionals. And then this is another deck I half built. Oh no, this is a full deck. The Raging Bull is a half built deck. This is a Hydreigon build. This, whilst the other 3 are super competitive, this one isn't as competitive, but I do see a lot of potential in it, so I just built it as like either a fun deck or it's there for the future. Anyway, this isn't about Pokemon TCG. It's just me saying it's a game I super fell in love with. It's a game I super want to take seriously. When I look at my career in the future, I always want to do something that I find fun, something that I love, something that I'm obsessed with, and YouTube, and at the moment, Pokemon, really fall into that category. Like, I sink so much time into the game, I go to sleep thinking about the Pokemon tactics and tech cards and how I could change something. I wake up and before I do YouTube videos, I'm like, oh, let me get a game or 2 of Pokemon in. I try, with work, it's kind of a bit hard. I try to go to like every challenge, every cup, everything. Like, I just want to get really good at the game. I love the game so much. And there is money in the game. You always have cash prizes. If you do well, you can potentially get sponsorships, stuff like that. So again, this isn't the reason why the videos are changing, but it helps that the videos are changing so I could focus more on Pokemon, because it is something I do want to take seriously, at least for a bit. If I then realize I don't like the game, then I just drop it, and then maybe I change the YouTube videos to either being more work put into it, or maybe I start uploading 3 times a week. But at the moment, definitely one of the reasons that that maybe the videos have gone down so much, because I do really want to take this serious to an extent, because it's just a really good game. I didn't really write a reason number 5, but I could talk about reason number 5 is I just want to do more stuff. Like, I want to do more stuff for my second channel, which my second channel hardly gets any love, even though it's the channel that pretty much brings in most of the money off my YouTube channel, and also brings most of the views from any of my YouTube channels. It's the one that does the best. Even if some of the comments aren't great, you know, people disagree with some of the things I say on that channel. But for the most part, it's a channel I super love doing videos for. It's such a low effort channel, but I could just sit there and talk about whatever I want without having to put a single shred of like editing into it. My third channel I like to post videos into because I have some really cool ideas for videos. One of them I'm gonna have to wait till the end of the month to film and edit and stuff like that. The other one I'm gonna have to wait for a few months to when I get to New Zealand to start doing that one. But stuff like that I really want to sink my teeth into. And then for this channel, just pushing it in a different direction would be really cool. So I have 3 very distinct kind of different channels. My third channel will still be gaming, but it might dabble in some other stuff. But for the most part, I have 3 channels of everything I want to do. Instead of just being stuck in this bubble of just walkthrough gaming videos, I have this big bubble of like very different things. People can come watch me to see my opinion on something. People can come watch me for a walkthrough. People can come watch me to challenge myself. But there's 3 very big points that I want to hit, and if I have an idea for a really cool video, I want to be creative, I have an outlet or a channel for that specific thing to go into, and that's really what I want to be hitting with the changes I want to do to this channel. So yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here, staying kaput, keeping doing YouTube videos, but they're changing. When's my first video going to be? I don't know. I would like to say, if I do upload, my aim is to upload Friday, Saturday, and then the second day will probably be Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm not sure. I want to hit days where like people have time to watch it, but I also want to hit days where like maybe people on YouTube don't upload so much. Like the golden time to upload on YouTube is like Saturday, Sunday, Friday type of thing, which is one of the days I want to hit. But I also want to hit like a Wednesday. Like someone who's just come home from work, they want something to watch and no one uploads on a Wednesday because people think everyone's at work or whatever. But I'm that guy who uploads Wednesday because I know people want to watch something on Wednesday. People always want to watch something. So I definitely want to be that person who uploads on the day that no one else uploads. So Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, with work and everything, I would like to have a video out at some point this weekend, this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If not, maybe the next weekend so I can kind of get back into work, get into the groove, and then start filming something. I don't even know what I'm going to film. I don't know what the next video is going to be. I have an idea, but I'm not sure. I'm very, very not sure. So yeah, a lot of changes, a lot of things I still have to think through, a lot of things I still have to figure out. But hopefully overall it makes it a lot better for the channel. As well as the intro, I don't know if the intro is going to stay. I really want the intro to stay. I love my intro and my outro so much. But I just don't know. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. Anyway, you guys have heard me ramble. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.